Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Vanessa and I am so sorry for how long all of these videos are taking. I have been on a cooking rampage. No joke, I have been going crazy. I have been trying to get all of my Thanksgiving videos up for you guys. That way we can have a full gluten-free Thanksgiving. I got everything coming for you guys. I got stuffing, I got green bean casserole, I got the turkey, I got everything for you guys. Almost. I'm editing, I'm getting intros, I'm getting last couple clips. I'm trying to get them all out to you guys as soon as I can. Before Thanksgiving, it's insane. Right now, I waited till the last minute and I shouldn't have. I've been waiting for the turkeys to come out. Everything has been all over the place. But in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how I make my gluten-free bread. And when I say that this bread is basically, it's bread. Like, it's gluten-free bread, but it's bread. And it is so good. It's not too dry, it's not too gooey. Everything works out so perfect. And actually, this bread is going to be in our Thanksgiving stuffing. So that's why I needed to get this video out for you guys first, so that way you guys can see how we make bread. And if you guys are watching this any other time of the year, you can make this recipe literally any time. Bread is bread, sandwiches, everything. This one works out great. Perfect, great, love it. Make it all the time. But this one is actually going to be going in our Thanksgiving stuffing. So that was a lot of information. So if you guys would like to see how I make my gluten-free bread, then go ahead and keep on watching. Ooh, we're gonna give you a little sneak peek, but that's it, that's all you get. So to a big bowl, we're gonna add 1.5 cups of warm water. We want it at 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. If somebody knows, please leave it down in the comments, because I don't know. And then we're going to add 2 packets of active dry yeast, not the rapid dry or rapid fast. What is it called? It's a blue one. Usually there's 2 at the store. There's active dry and then there's something else. We want the active dry yeast, not the rapid. We tried the rapid and it turns out okay. It's just a little bit more gummy. So you can, if you have it on hand, or if that's what you have, maybe you bought the wrong one, you can still use that one. It's okay. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Xanthum Gum. You'll see us do 3, but I promise it's the right measurement because our tablespoon was in the wash. So yeah, just letting you know. And then you're gonna mix it together. You kind of want to do this a little bit fast. You can do it with a normal hand mixer, which is what we end up doing. And you can do it by hand. You're gonna have to go a little bit faster. That's it, because it does start to thicken up kind of a lot. We want it kind of like this thickeny texture, kind of like, I would say like watered down pudding, I guess. But yeah, we do eventually mix it. For ours, we got this little cheapy one at Walmart and we used 1 instead because this thing is fast. Yeah, just be a little bit careful of that. But then we want to mix all of this together, make sure it's well combined. The Xanthum Gum really does hold really well in gluten-free bread. Then to this, we need the active dry yeast to be able to kind of eat sugars. So we are going to add 3 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup. Now we usually choose honey because we like the way that it flavors it a lot better, but you can use maple. That's completely fine. You just need to add it. I mean, it honestly doesn't really affect the flavor that much. We just like the sweetness that the honey adds, but that's completely up to you. But 3 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, and then we're also going to do 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, and then we do 2 egg whites, and we also do 2 cups of flour. Now, the flour, we do end up adding 1 more cup later. As you can see, it starts to look like applesauce when you start to slowly mix everything together. Make sure that you're mixing it well. Combine. Gluten-free flour is a little bit more forgiving if you over mix, quotation marks. But yes, you do have to be a little bit careful, but not as careful as you do with normal baking bread, other things like that. Please pay attention to how the texture is. So we want it sticky, but not overly sticky. So that's why we ended up adding 3 cups of flour, because 2 cups, you'll see the texture. Like I said, watch out. This thing went so fast. It was insane. But you can see that it was a little too sticky. You can see it getting stuck to my husband's hands. We don't want that. We don't want this type of texture. We want it to move and we want it to be pliable, but we don't want it too sticky. So when you're doing this, I don't really know how to explain it that well, but oh, this is where we add the 2 egg whites. So just be a little bit cautious of all that. It does go after though. So yes, I would like you guys to kind of pay attention to the texture. I will slow it down here in a second when I actually show you what is going on. So that way you guys can kind of copy the texture, because as you can see, we were having a really hard time. Oh, there am I. I'm being a little helper. 390 degrees, we're gonna preset that. You don't have to though, because I realized halfway through this thing that we have to let it sit for a little bit. So, oops, my bad, I forgot. But here we are, we're gonna slow it down. Maybe we added 4 cups. I think it was 4 cups. But as you can see, we're kind of, it's getting a little bit better in texture, but we just don't want it to be too sticky. So I'll kind of let you guys watch, and when you are making it, just try to pay attention to the texture and go ahead and follow this video. Kind of go with the texture, if that makes sense. And I know that there is a lot that goes into this. I promise when you do it a few times, it turns out perfect. And it'll be like you could do it in your sleep. But anything that you guys miss, so that way you guys don't have to go back and forth throughout this video, I will leave everything down below. I will leave all the measurements that we do. And yes, the only thing that I will say, the hardest part of this whole thing is just making sure that the texture of the batter, or you know, whatever, the whole bread mixture, it's just the texture. Honestly, like, I can give you a rule of thumb of what's gonna be like the best, which is, like I said, like 3 full cups, or you know, such and such. But it honestly depends. Sometimes we do this and it'll be 2 cups and it works out perfect, and sometimes we do this and it could be 4 cups. Like it really just depends. We mostly go off of the texture, and that's mostly it, because the xanthan gum kind of does it all on its own. Sometimes I use different flours, like gluten-free flours from different companies, and sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. So that's what I mean. Mostly just pay attention to the texture of what you see right here. So please, that's the biggest takeaway out of this video. Everything else, you're fine. You're completely fine, and it's okay. You can overmix. Everything is completely okay. Gluten-free bread, flour, things like this, super forgiving. So just give it a little bit of maybe do a test run or 2, and I promise you will get it. Now, we will get a bread pan. We just got a little cheapy one from Ross. And as you can see, this is the texture that I'm talking about. It's kind of, I guess, like soft serve. That's kind of what we want it as. And we're going to form and shape, and then we're going to leave it and let it sit in, what is it, proof? Rise? I don't know what this is called. We're going to let it just sit for like an hour. We're going to shape it into whatever form, honestly, we want. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we're gonna let it sit, and then I try to make it go fast so that way you guys can see what it looks like when it's rising. And it does rise really good. But yes, it doesn't show it that well. Oh well, it's fine. But pretty much we're gonna let it sit for an hour, and then we're going to put it in the oven. Like I said, 390, and let it get up to heat, and then we will throw it in after an hour. Did you see it rise? I didn't. Only when I click like the first clip and then the last clip, that's the only way I could see that it's somewhat rise. But as you can see right there, it's like overflowing outside of the pan. No? A little bit? Whatever. Look at this golden brown. When do you ever see gluten-free bread that looks like that? All crispy and stuff at the top. It was, oh, look at that. Chef's freaking kisses. Look at that goldenness. She got a little tan on her. Ooh, looks great. So we're gonna take it out of the oven after 40 to 45 minutes. And then we're going to set it on a cooling rack, and we're gonna let it just cool. Now, reality check. I do not let it cool because I'm hungry. So we're going to chop it up, slice it up, and yes, we made sandwiches out of this. We've made toast out of this. It's great. Look at that texture. Look at it. It doesn't even look like gluten-free bread, does it? Oh my goodness. Just get yourself a good knife because ours isn't that good, and you'll start to see that our cut is just completely messed up. But yes, this is the gluten-free bread. Please give this a try. I promise you will not be disappointed. It is so good, and it has a really good flavor. So yeah, go ahead and give this a try and let me know how you guys like it. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't already. But if not, that's fine. You're welcome back anytime. Like I said, stay tuned. I literally have all my Thanksgiving coming out this week. Just keep on top of it as much as you can. But they're gonna be out for you guys very, very soon. So I hope you guys give the bread a try. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.